Hello everyone, my name is H and I am recording this video to show you if it is possible or not to camp with an electric car. I am at the Sequoia National Park in California and drove from where I live in the Bay Area in my Tesla Model 3. Since I left home, I drove around 250 miles. The closest charging station to this park was still over 120 miles away from the park. So I stopped at this location after arriving with 30% of battery and charged it all the way to 100%. Then once I got to the park, I had 57% of battery left, or 165 miles according to the car. Of course, this is an estimation. Here you have a graphic of my consumption since I got here to the park. Here you can see that there is no outlet to charge the car, so I'm not gonna lie that at this point I'm a little bit concerned about if I will have enough range to make it back to the charging station after 2 days that I'll be here in the park, because I'll be driving around. It's a really big park and I need the car to get to hikes and to go to places that I plan to. So let's see if I'm gonna be able to make it back. I'm back. This is day number 2. I still have not charged the car. Let's see the current status after I drove a lot around the park yesterday. So we have currently 44% of battery, and yesterday we arrived to the park with 57%, so consumed 13% of battery. Let's look at how many miles we've driven. So since the last charge, we drove 114 miles since the last charging station that was 70 miles away, 74 miles away to be more precise. So it means that in day number 1 I drove 40 miles. So after driving 40 miles, the battery level went to 44%, down from 57, which is not bad. Here the car says that I can still drive around 118 miles. Of course, this is just an estimation, it's not the real data of the car. So if you want to see, we have this graphic. If you want to see how much we actually range we have, you can calculate by using the last 30 miles driven, last 15 or last 5. If you choose the last 30 miles driven, it says that will have an estimation of 169 miles. You can see the graphic that it's a very hilly location where I am, so more consumption when I drive up, and the car actually charges when I go down. That's the green part in the graphic. So going downhill using the regenerative braking, the car is charging. So if you look at the last 5 miles driven, you'd say that I have a total of 167 miles. So that's pretty accurate for the most part. Of course, depends on how fast I'm driving or how slow. And here I'm being very conservative. I've been driving very slowly. Day number 3, I made it back to the charging station. I left the park and was able to have enough battery to make back to the supercharging station. I drove a total of 67 miles since I left Sequoia National Park and currently have 27% of battery. Luckily, the going back from the park to where I am now, it was very downhill, so had no issues with range. The battery was charging all the time, so I wasn't consuming a lot of energy except for the AC that I was on. And as you can see, I drove a total of 189 miles since last charge and a total of 366 miles since I left home. So now I will charge the car and sit here for a little while, and my final remarks is that it is possible to go camping with an electric car. Don't be afraid of it, even if the closest charging station to where you're gonna camp is kind of far away, but with some planning it is possible, as proven here. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.